Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. Now, I know there are countless videos out there that show you how to turn an image into an SVG file, but I'm going to show you anyway using Silhouette Studio. So for those of you that don't know, an SVG it stands for Scalable Vector Graphic. And basically what it means is that when you have an SVG file, you it allows for infinite scaling without the loss of quality. Whereas an image like this, and I will use this PNG as an example, as when you try to scale it, you can see the loss of quality. It looks terrible, and this is not something you want to do this is not an image that you'd want to use in prints or any project really, because the quality is just terrible. Now, of course, if it's a smaller size, you can see the quality is just fine. But for this example, we'll just use this image and we're going to turn this image into an SVG. So within Silhouette Studio, you're going to go to the trace panel, select the trace area, and it's going to auto trace the black parts of the image. You can use this threshold area here and scale it as high as you want. And of course, you can see if you scale it that high, that's not the route you want to take. So you can do less, you can do more. We'll just leave it right there in the middle. And you will click trace. Now it's been traced. And if you want to see a side-by-side comparison, we're going to go ahead and color this black. I'll remove the outline just so you guys can see. But now when you scale this, there's no loss of quality. You see everything looks perfect compared to this one. And not only that, the color, of course, if you have the right printer, and if you're actually printing this image, the quality will be considerably better. Now that is using a black image. Now the darker the image, well, with the images that have white backgrounds are a lot easier to work with. But when, it does get a lot more complex if the image has, there's just a lot of detail in it. Now I'll show you another example using this image. I just took this off of Google just for the sake of this example. Now you can turn an image like this into an SVG as well. This is actually a pretty large size, so scaling it, you really won't be able to see the loss in quality, but you will be able to see that it starts to get fuzzy in certain areas. But we'll go ahead and turn this image into an SVG as well. Let's scale it down. Perfect. So you'll go to the trace panel, you'll do the same thing. You'll select the entire trace area, and using the threshold, you will adjust to how you want it. Now you see where the further we scale it up, his tongue goes missing. So that means when you when you trace this, his tongue won't show. So we want to scale it enough to show every detail. And we can go back and adjust all these little areas. If it does come up incorrect, or you don't have to use the bar, you don't have to use the slider. You can also just use the arrow. Let's go down a little bit and we'll leave it right there. So we're going to go ahead and trace. It's going to trace it's going to trace the entire image, and that's what it did. So now what you'd want to do, because this is one whole picture and you can't color it like this if it's compounded. So what you want to do, right click, release compound path. And what that does is every section of this image will be separated. So now you can work with each one. You can click this, you can click this here. So we'll just delete that. And we'll go ahead and begin coloring this image. This will be black. There is an easier way to do it by just holding shift and selecting the ones that you want, but just for the sake of this video, we'll do it piece by piece. Now I already had the color here because I did color it earlier, but what you can do is use this dropper tool, hover over the color that you want. Oh, sorry. First, we're going to select the area that we want to color, which is this. Use the dropper, hover over the color you want it to be, and there you go. So we're going to color all of these separately. And there you go. So now when you select it all, you'd want to group it so that way it becomes one image. And see, now when you scale this, well, just like I showed you before, the image was rather large, so you couldn't see the loss of quality, but the loss of quality is there. In this image, now that we have this SVG, there will be no loss of quality, and you can actually size this as big as you want, depending on what you're using it for. So you can have it as small as you want, or you can have it as big as you want. But that is how you would do it with a colored image. Thank you so much for following along, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya.